Happy morning, children. How are you all? I welcome you all to the next session of English. Yes, before going into the session, let us discuss something. How was your exam, PA1 exam? You have completed PA1 assessment exam. What is your opinion about it? Are you comfortable with the exams? So this is like a thing which is going to check your understanding of the videos which is sent for you, and followed by this periodic assessment you will have regular classes. After regular classes we are planning to have assessment, summative assessment exam. That also will be in online. Get ready for that. Before that, just give me your opinion about this PA1, how it was. It was good, and maximum you would have enjoyed it because the answers were like MCQ, one word answers. There were no descriptive questions. You would have enjoyed it. Okay. Now, do you have the interest of knowing your marks? For sure, we will show you the marks one day. Go with the regular classes. We will tell you the marks so that you can be satisfied with your results. Until then, you have to follow the regular slots which is sent for you. And one more thing regarding the assessment, I would like to tell you is, children, read the question carefully, then you start to answer the questions. That is very important. Read the question. If you are going to read the question, if you are going to answer it properly, maximum have scored good marks. But few people, I am not satisfied with your marks. That shows that you have not read the question properly. Do it, children. You have to read the question. Will you do it? When it comes to English all, it is not like you will get maximum from your textbook. Things will be out of your textbook. There, 10% concentration is needed to read the question. Only then you can come out with answers. So, in next exam, I request you all to read the question properly, then go with the answers. That will help you to score good marks. If you are not going to read the question properly, you cannot come out with right answers. Shall we get into today's session then? Okay. What you can see here now? What is this? This is a symbol of India map, and what you can find there? Yes, the 4 lines representing the pride symbol of India. So, when you see this, what comes to your mind then? India map, something which predicts the cultural heritage of India. Now, tell me what comes to your mind. Let me give you one clue. India after independence. We are living in an independent India. Do we live in an independent India or not? Yes, we are living in an independent India. And what is your opinion about independent India? We people are free. We are not under the clutches. No one is there to control us. We are living an independent life. But have you thought how India was before independence? Is there any idea how India was before independence? Have you studied in your social subject? Could you recollect those things, or have you seen in any of the movies how India was before independence? India before independence and India after independence. There is a huge difference, children. There is a huge difference. If you are going to ask your ancestors, your great grandfathers, they will tell you how India was before independence. because they have witnessed such thing in their life. And we people, even though we see that in movies, we could not get into the real extent of life how India was before independence. Even though movies portray us, we could not get into the real thing of how India was before independence. So, the lesson which you are going to see today is something related to this. Come to the next thing, and we all know that when we take our pledge, we say that India is a prospering country and we have cultural heritage and riches over here. See, you can see the sapling, beautiful sapling. And we all know that our national flag is tricolored, which stands for prosperity and which stands for unity and which stands for cultural heritage. India is such a nation which is known for its prosperity. You know what is the meaning of the word prospering, children? Prospering? Yes, which is emerging out in all facets towards development. India is a prospering nation with its riches. It was the same in 18th century. By the period of 1750s, it was the same. So when India was a prospering nation and it was known for its economy and growth, not only now, before 200 years, it was known for its economy and growth. Before 200 years back, when we go to 200 years back, we can see it is a country with great pride. It is known for growth, it is known for economy. We had a good economy. We used to say that Indian economy is a great economy. So, when foreign powers, foreign superpowers were not able to digest the prospering nation, the one of the foreign superpower which could not digest India in its prosperity is British. We all know that it is Britain. You could see that in the image. Their heart was completely behind India. They wanted to know how India has become a developing nation, prospering nation with all its riches. Foreign superpower which captured and ruled our country is British. We all know that. You would have studied this in history. What happened 200 years back? See, British people, they came to India as traders. And listen to this word, children. British people, they entered India as traders, but they became the rulers. India was captured by British and British people started ruling India. Do you have any idea why this happened? That is what we are going to see in today's lesson. India was a country of superpower, but these people, they entered India, they came to India as traders, then thereafter they started ruling the country. Why and how they started to rule? This lesson is going to focus such thing, how they started to rule us. And we all know that was the period of transition, children. You all know what is the meaning of the word transition. Transition means change. So this happened for the people of India. Britishers entered as traders and they started to rule the country. It was a complete period of transition. And we were under their clutches for 200 years. You know about First World War. Come on, tell me, what is the year of First World War? Yes, it is 1914 to 1918. Tell me the year of Second World War. 1938 to 45. But we know that there were so many wars during this period of First World War and Second World War. It was not a war of one day, children. It was not a war of 1 month. It was not a war of 1 year. To make it very clear, it was a war of 100 years. The revolt started at 1857. 200 years, as I told you, 200 years we were under the clutches of British. And you can see the revolt started by the year 1857 and we got our independence by the year 1945. See how many years they have struggled. And when we were 200 years under their clutches, this revolt almost started around 1757 itself, 100 years back. We were having so many wars. Only then we got independence. It is not the easy job, children. To get independence, it is not the easiest job. This lesson is going to highlight like that. What is the title of the lesson? Today I am going to present you the lesson Glimpses of the Past from Unit 3. Prose lesson Glimpses of the Past from Unit 3. It is an interesting lesson. I am not going to handle you the history. Just I am going to tell you what happened before independence and what made these British people to just extend their rule. They just extended their ruling thing. How it happened and what paved way for it. Glimpses of the past. I will just pause here, children. You can turn the pages of your textbook and see how the lesson is. How the lesson is? Glimpses of the past. Have your textbook in hand and see how the lesson is. It goes like a pictorial description. Does it goes like a pictorial description or not? Yes. Where you could find so many pictures are there to describe things. It never has any text in it. Why it is given like pictorial representation? Pictures will catch your attention very soon. It is something catchy. It is like speech bubbles. It is like conversation. No text is there in the book. Things are like pictures, glimpses of the past. Come on, now tell me what is the meaning of the word glimpses? Take out your dictionary and get the meaning of the word glimpses. I need the meaning from you for glimpses after the session. Take out your dictionary and find the meaning. I'll pause here. Give me the meaning of the word glimpses. And one more thing I would like to state here. We are not new to this word glimpses. Am I right, children? We had our annual day of our school GGV named as glimpses. What is the meaning of the word glimpses? Yes, you are right. Many of you are coming out with right answers. You are going to post me the answers of the meaning of the word glimpses. Will you post the meaning of the word glimpses? You have to do it. Shall we start with the lesson then? Read out the title, Glimpses of the Past. What is the title of the lesson? Glimpses of the Past.